Hello everybody and welcome back to the Outdoor Channel and welcome to a really hot sunny 100-degree summer day. We've been doing some different product reviews on the truck as well as a few other vehicles on updating the experience with their infotainment system. Some of them have been products like this that just change the interface to the infotainment system a little bit. Some may get replacing the entire system altogether. Today's particular product review is from GetPair. Now, the last system that we reviewed from them was basically taking a system that already had Apple CarPlay or Android Auto, but you needed a wired connection to be able to interface with that, and making it wireless. It's a pretty simple product, plug and play, pretty straightforward. Now, the one we're looking at today is their Android AI box. And this one also gives you that ability to have a wireless connection to your Android Auto or Apple CarPlay, but it also connects to the internet. We'll get into a few different ways that you can do that. But basically, by connecting to the internet, you have the ability to download a lot more apps. We're talking about things like, YouTube or Instagram, Facebook, different weather apps, different music apps, whatever that might be, and be able to play them through your infotainment system. So that's all coming up next. Stay tuned. All right, we're going to spend just a brief moment doing an unboxing. Now, you can get these on Amazon, have them shipped directly to your house. So they're going to come in a little bit of an overpack like this. Nice packaging, nice shrink wrap that's on this. Some instructions. They do give you a handful of different cords. Here's one that's a USB Type A to USB Type A. Another one here, USB Type C, and then A to C. This is going to depend very much on your type of system that you have on your particular vehicle. There's also here in the instructions, depending on, again, your particular vehicle and your setup, you may need to hook up two of these wires if you don't have enough power going to the unit here. You have a way to connect to your phone as well as a power source. We'll try to cover that. I'm not sure if we're going to need it or not, but they do give you provision in case you need to do that. All right, so we're in the truck, and you can see I do have my modified infotainment system here. It really doesn't matter. We're basically talking about CarPlay, so here is my basic Chevrolet, somewhat dated infotainment system, stock screen here. I'm going to go ahead and hit the CarPlay button. In my case, I'm an Apple user, and it is, as expected, just your basic CarPlay, nothing special. Now, in my case, we're going to take the GetPair AI box. I have installed the USB Type-C connector on here just to make sure that we get enough power. And reading through the instructions, there is a little toggle switch right above my thumb there. This allows you to select between CarPlay or Android Auto. There's a CP for CarPlay, A for Android Auto. You may need to select that depending on what your operating system is. We're going to go ahead and plug that into the USB-C port. I'm just going to put it here in the front just for demonstration purposes. As you can see here, we're getting a green light telling me that it is interfacing with the system. Now, it looks like it's setting it up like you were setting up a new phone or any other kind of device. We're going to go ahead and hit continue. If you set up a phone in your particular vehicle, this should look reasonably familiar. Okay, we got a basic setup screen. We're here in the States, so I'm going to go ahead and hit English. Get a nice cool start up there. Once you go through your setup process, you will come to a home screen and you can navigate through your apps. Just like any Android device, there's going to be some things on here preloaded. And of course, if you want to use the Android Play Store, you can sign in or create an account. You can really download whatever you want, but all your apps are going to be located here. You got a home screen again. You got a way to go back to a previous screen if you happen to be somewhere before you're at where you're currently at. Again, just like any other Android device, you can customize things. So this is your all app screen. We're going to take this Google Chrome icon and we can place that there. If you want, you can hold that down and you can do a widget, and we can move that again around wherever you like. Go back to your all apps screen. We'll pick one more. We'll do CarPlay here. Put that right there. So within your CarPlay, you have everything that you're used to having. Going to go ahead and hit that Google Maps again. It looks like that works as expected. Navigation is really unchanged. We'll go ahead and hit that Apple Maps. From anywhere here in the system, you can hit your home button. Mine happens to be here. A lot of times it's a physical button. And again, I'll go back to my basic GM display. We can go back in by pressing that CarPlay icon on here. And you'll notice we have a home button within this CarPlay screen. If I go ahead and hit that, that'll bring me back to my home screen. You can toggle back and forth as much as you want. Doesn't matter. Now there's a few different ways you could connect the AI box to the internet. The first one is through a SIM card. You can go to your local provider, Verizon, AT&T, whoever that might be for you, and ask for a SIM card. Now, of course, they're going to charge you for that. The rates will vary depending on the carrier and how many gigs or how much usage you're planning on having. Some of these I've seen as low as like $10 or $15 a month. Sometimes they're like $50 a month. It's all going to depend on what you want and what you're going to use it for. If you do go that route, ask for one for an Android tablet, and that'll work in a device like this. The second way is to use the internet through a hotspot. Now this truck is a Chevrolet. It has OnStar. It has the 4G built-in LTE Wi-Fi. I think I pay like $15 a month for that. I use it for all kinds of different devices, so I already have that. I'm already paying for it. I'm simply going to hook up this device to that hotspot. I'll show you how to do that. Very simple and straightforward. You can also use something like a phone. You can do a hotspot on your phone. It won't cost you anything extra depending on what your plan is, and then have your device hook up to your phone, and again, have the internet. So it's really going to be up to you what the capabilities of your particular vehicle is, personal preference, all that good stuff, but you have a few different ways to connect to the internet. We'll go ahead and turn that up a little bit. Fast forward some. Cargo netting here, whether you want to put things inside or if you want to use them. Make it a little bit bigger. And I'm going to go ahead and put the truck in gear, and it doesn't turn off. Now, I'm not recommending that you watch YouTube while you're driving. I think it's against the law in most states, but the point being is you can do it. And just like any other Android device, if you minimize, you still have it there in the corner. You can tap it, you can make it big again, and toggle back and forth. Now, if you're signing in for the first time, just like anything, you may need to give your credentials, but basically just demonstrating that it works. All right, guys, these types of devices have really come a long way over the last couple of years. Before, you would spend a lot of money, get something that was super unstable. I know I got one of these about 4 or 5 years ago. Tried it, it was twice as much, and I ended up having to return it because it was pretty much useless. These new ones from GetPair, they're pretty nice, they're stable, it's not cutting in and out, gets plenty of power, and of course, they hook up to the internet now where the old ones used to not be able to do that. So I do recommend these devices. You don't have to go through the full install and tear out your infotainment system like I did last year. You can get a device like this for a fraction of the cost, and they work. So thanks for watching, everyone. We'll see you next time. Like and subscribe. Catch you next time.